Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that we link with a January transfer move to Arsenal. 2 days to go, today and tomorrow. Then the January transfer window is closed, and still no business from Arsenal. Even just a minute ago, seeing that Tottenham have signed Jonathan Danso. I actually know his brother. But they've signed him. Villa been doing loads of business. City, lots of business going on left, right and centre. Arsenal still not got a deal done. And I've got to say, when you look at where we are, the situation we're in with the players missing, it's really baffling. I think Arsenal are under serious pressure now to bring in either a striker or a forward player at the least before the end of the January transfer window, which closes tomorrow at 11 p.m. If they don't bring that player in, I'm just going to say it as it is and how fans are going to feel. Fans are going to be not happy at all. It's going to look like the board of Arsenal and the owners of Arsenal, and you probably might even have to put Arteta into this as well, are not showing the right ambition, because there's still a lot to play for this season. Second in the Premier League. I know it's looking like Liverpool are going to win it, but it's still second. You've got to give yourself the full chance, and finish third in the group stages of the Champions League. They've got to show ambition. You can have your plans for the summer. You can have your plans for that big sign-in and this sign-in. It's all strategically done. But we all know that in business, in life, things can change. And your best laid plans, as the saying says, gets derailed, and you have to try and, cope with the situation which is at hand. And that situation is at hand is that there's no Saka, and there's no reports of him coming back anytime soon. Probably won't see him at the very least, as I've been saying all along, until the end of April. And there's definitely no Jesus. We are so light up front, it's unbelievable. Arsenal have got to bring in attacking options. Got lucky that we've got Ethan Nwaneri performing up there, but we need attacking options. Now, who are they going to get? And it's really funny yesterday to see a player that Arsenal let go in Mika Biriev, who I remember watching him play for the youth team and thinking, hey, he's a talent. Scoring a hat-trick. He was at Sturm Graz. We sold him to Sturm Graz in the summer. He's been bought by Monaco and he scored a hat-trick on his debut. I mean, unbelievable. We ain't even got no striker right here. We've been trying to get Ollie Watkins, we know. That's been the big one. That's been the big move by Arsenal this January transfer window. But surely now that is completely dead, because there was still rumours going around that Arsenal might try and make another late move for him. A lot of that was based off of the fact that Marcus Rashford is joining Aston Villa. Marco Asensio also is joining Aston Villa. So a lot of people thinking, hey, they're bringing in so many attacking players and strikers. Surely that might still mean there's a chance of Ollie Watkins leaving. He played in the game against Wolves yesterday, their 2-0 defeat, and he came off at half-time and it was described by Unai Emery after the game as a muscle injury. Surely that's the end of any hope of signing Ollie Watkins this January transfer window, although we have previously before signed the players with injury. But I don't think, surely Arsenal wouldn't take a chance on it, and it looks like he's definitely staying. As I said, he did start that game yesterday. The other player that's definitely not coming to Arsenal this January is going to be Matheus Cunha, another player linked heavily with a move to Arsenal all January. I've been saying all January, it's a difficult one to do, even though the big rumours out there is that Cunha wanted the move to happen to Arsenal, but Wolves, as you can see yesterday, in a relegation dogfight, that win for them took them out of the bottom three. They want to hold on to their best player. He scored a great goal in the game as well and really was an integral part. So he won't be leaving until the summer. He's got a release clause of £62.5 million. That is the report that will get him away from Wolves. He'll be gone in the summer from Wolves, but he's not going anywhere in January. And all we're worried about right now is January. Another player who looks like Arsenal are not going to be able to get is Evan Ferguson. Evan Ferguson set to be joining West Ham on loan. I did say this a couple of weeks ago, got a little contact down there at Brighton. They told me that his destination was likely to be West Ham because they want him to play. They don't want to sell him, and you can see that he's going out on a straight loan. They don't want to sell him. They want him playing football, having game time. I think he came on in yesterday's that was crazy, 7-0 defeat at Nottingham Forest. That was his first game in about 6 weeks. They want him to get game time, and there's no guarantee of that at Arsenal. That's why that one was never going to happen for him moving to Arsenal. But maybe this one might happen. Mathys Tel of Bayern Munich. Now, he didn't play for Bayern yesterday. He wasn't even in the squad. And Fabrizio Romano reporting today that Arsenal are trying to get a loan deal done for him. Arsenal and Manchester United, both of them trying to get Mathys Tel on loan. Talented footballer, 19, predominantly a left winger, but I guess he can play over on the right. He has done that before. Talented player. And we all know that Tottenham were trying to buy him. Daniel Levy flew over to Germany and had talks with him, but he rejected a move to Tottenham. Now, where is he going to end up? Will it be Arsenal or will it be Manchester United? Both clubs seem to be pushing for him. Manchester United seem to be really pushing hard for him now that Rashford's gone. But will Mathys Tel join Arsenal or will it be Manchester United? It's more likely to be a loan. What might come into play here is the team selling him, Bayern, might be saying, all right, loan, but you got to take him, you got to take him at the end of the season. You got to buy him. And that may be a sticking point for Arsenal with future plans ahead. But they need a forward player. And Mathys Tel is hungry to do well. He hasn't been getting any chance at all at Bayern. One to watch with the end of the window approaching. This one also, Victor Boniface. Now, Victor Boniface of Bayer Leverkusen, I was surprised when he was even sort of being offered up by Bayer Leverkusen for sale. He was all set to go to Al Nassr over there in Saudi Arabia, but that one fell through at the last moment. Al Nassr choosing to buy John Duran, even though it cost them more money because they were going to be getting Victor Boniface for around about £50 million. They opted to go for John Duran. Victor Boniface has had to return back to Bayer Leverkusen. He's fallen down the pecking order of strikers. Schick is back there doing really well. He scored in last week's game. And he has been apparently offered to Arsenal by Bayer Leverkusen. That's according to the journalist Graham Bailey. Now, will Arsenal take up this option? Is it an option to buy him? Maybe Arsenal might be interested in a loan move for him. Makes perfect sense. He's a striker. He scored a lot of goals last season. All right, the problem is he's come back from an injury, but he did score lots of goals last season. Al Nassr are ready to pay 50 million for him. Maybe if Arsenal could get some sort of loan deal done, it's obviously not their long-term player that they want playing in that position, but we are light up front at the moment. And right now, to me, it would make sense to go in and try and get a player like this on loan. So again, one to watch for the end of the January transfer window. One player who's definitely going nowhere this January transfer window is Jorginho. Jorginho not leaving Arsenal, even though he is free to talk to clubs. He's been talking to Flamengo over there in Brazil. They wanted him this January, but Arsenal have said no, he's not leaving. They've turned down that. They've turned down Kieran Tierney. I think that's a recognition that the squad is light and they need to bring players in, not be getting players out right now. So those players not leaving at the moment. So what is going to happen? 1 day to go. The transfer window closes tomorrow. Just to give you some information, of course, I'll be back here with Transfer Daily tomorrow. And throughout the day, we'll be giving you updates on everything that's happening. And then from around about 7 o'clock onwards tomorrow, we're going to be live all the way through until either the window shuts at 11 or it's obvious that nothing's going to be happening. So then we just go and go to our bed, right? But we've got it all covered tomorrow on Transfer Deadline Day. So make sure you keep it locked here on AFTV. Message for Arsenal. They must bring in some reinforcements before the end of this January transfer window. Or for me, if not, the window has been a disaster and we don't want it to be that. There's still a lot of things to play for. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Deadline day.